Good afternoon, students. We are going to study about the SQL architecture. SQL architecture is structured query language architecture. Okay. So, what is in this architecture? We are going to study what is the process followed before our questions are carried. Students, don't feel it's complicated. It is very easy. Ma'am, how can you say it is very easy? Is forget about what subject is there in the text. Okay, there are two things that will take place. One is our data will be stored in one place. We will give question. So this software will go inside and bring whatever answer is for that question. Okay, so now you observe the picture which is on the right hand side. If you observe the picture, bottom you can see physical database. Physical database means it is a place where our complete information will be stored. Now, next after that, see the first one called SQL query. SQL means structured query language, students. In English, we call it as question, whereas in SQL, we call it as query. Now, our information is in database. We want to get some data from our database. For that reason, we are going to pass SQL query. When we give the SQL query, that query goes to the physical database and we'll get back the reply. In between, if you observe, students, there are two steps. One is query language processor. Second one is database management system engine, DBMS engine. So these are the intermediate steps that will take place before we get data from the database. If you observe second one, that is query language processor. Query is a question. In English we call it as a question. Here they call it as query. Processor means our question is processed. When we are processing the question, we are going to use a parser plus optimizer. So parsing, it will come in compiler designing, students. Now we cannot go deep into it. It is a vast topic. You know, in compiler we are going to check the syntax and semantic errors. In order to check that, we are going to use parser plus optimizer. Come to the third step, students. DBMS engine means database management engine in order to process our query. Here we are going to take the help of file manager and transaction manager. File is a place where we store data. So that file will be managed and our transactions. Transactions means I'll tell one real example. I went to bank, student. Today I deposited 10,000 morning. 10 o'clock I deposited, ma. Now 11 o'clock I purchased something in a shop. Now 12 o'clock again my brother transferred 1 lakh. Now 12:30 I purchased a gold earring. So whatever credits and debits that are made from my account, we call it as transaction. Students, file is a place where the data will be stored. Now let us go further. SQL means structured query language. So in SQL, what we are going to do? Create, select, insert, update, delete, drop. So whatever information we have, we are going to create a table and store that information in it. For that, we'll use a command called create. Second one is select. Means so much data is there. I want only little amount of data. Then we'll use select operation. Insert. Once we create the table, we are going to add data to the table. Update. For example, my name it came as Kalayani. We want to make it as Kalyani. Then we'll use update. Delete means, for example, in EABCA section, one student is shifted to some other college. We are going to delete his details from the database. Drop means entire EABC class details we are going to remove from the database. Come to the next one, students. SQL commands are classified into DDL, DML, DCL and DQL. Now our focus is DDL. DDL means data definition language. We are going to define the outer structure of the data table. Now Because of DTL, what are the advantages for us? Records. Students in our table, rows are called records. And when we are entering data into the table, we have a square in table. It is a combination of both rows and columns. That we call it as a cell. So, how much length it is? That is field's length. What is its name? All those we are going to define in data definition language. Next one is schema and subschema. Schema means, students, the entire information will be stored in table. Subschema means some part of table, that we call it as subschema, key of records. So I told you data will be stored in tables. Now when the data is stored in table, we want certain records. Records means row. When I am bringing row, I need something which will help me to identify which row I want. For example, in your class, Kirtana is there, Kirtana Bai is there. So, and one more student called Kirtana Bai means two students are having name Kirtana Bai. I want register number 203. 203 Kirtana Bai I want. Then I will use register number instead of name, students. That is key. Now next one is data security. So with the help of DDL, we are going to focus on security of data. Next one, logical and physical data independence. When I am taking class, I will tell students, there are many in the class. Classroom is public property. When you are speaking, take care that you won't disturb the other person. That is independence. Physical data independence and logical data independence means, in the upcoming classes we are going to study that DBMS architecture consists of 3 levels. When I am making changes in one level, it should not impact the other level. That is nothing but physical data independence and logical data independence. Now, these are the commands in DDL. Create means we are going to create a table. Alter means we are going to make changes to the existing table. For example, first I thought First I thought my table consists of 20 columns. Later I thought my table consists of only 18 columns. That we call it as altering the structure of the table. Drop means we are going to remove the entire table from the database, students. These are the commands that will come under DDL. Thank you.